Did you have an excellent plan for how you're going to be so efficient this week and get so much done? And did that plan just go to hell in a handbasket? I get it. It happens to me all the time. But when I look at my own calendar and when I work with people who are struggling to manage their time effectively, I find kind of five common reasons why your time management planning isn't going according to Hoyle. One, probably the most common thing, and I do this too, is just being way overly optimistic about what you can accomplish in a given period of time. You think, well, this will take me 45 minutes, no more than 45 minutes, and I can do, however many 45-minute chunks in a day. And you're completely, first of all, overestimating how quickly you can work through a piece of work. So that 45 minutes might have been off. You're also probably packing way more 45 minutes in a day and in a week than you can actually accomplish, because you finish one of those tasks, there's 16 new emails that came in while you were doing that, or et cetera, et cetera. So trying to reduce and get more data and fact-based about how much you can accomplish in a week, so that when you're planning for what's realistic and what you can actually do. That's the number one pitfall and the number one way to make your time management plans more effective. The next, and this is controversial, and when I say this to managers, they often get mad at me, I think we really overvalue responsiveness. And often that's because our boss values responsiveness. But when we value responsiveness, it means that we're kind of always monitoring for if somebody needs us. Is there a new email? Did something come up in the Slack channel? Did somebody just walk over and start talking to me? When that happens, it means that you throw your priority list up in the air. It means that somebody else's priorities become your priorities. Well, that means when you get to the end of the week, you likely haven't accomplished the things that were most meaningful to you, and probably not even the things that people were counting on you to do, because somehow you spent your time and your energy helping other people achieve what mattered to them. Well, it's kind of backwards. So get a handle on how responsive you tend to be. If you're, jumping and just waiting for a way that you can be helpful or on the ball, well, remember that what comes first is the things that your team and your boss are counting on you to do. You may need to dial down your responsiveness to do a good job. Another thing that you're probably doing that's throwing your time management plan out of whack is you're believing that no news is good news. So it may be that your plan depends on somebody getting you something by end of day Wednesday, so that Thursday and Friday you can be working on it. You haven't heard a word on Monday or Tuesday, so you're assuming all good here. No news is good news. Well, no news is not good news. So checking in to make sure that if there are things that you are counting on people to deliver, that those are on track. It's okay. You don't have to do it in a mean way, but you just have to say, I'm just trying to make sure I have a handle on my week and I'm allocating my time appropriately. Are things on track for me to get that by end of day Wednesday? Could be really nice about it. If you're asking that on Tuesday morning, you might even be able to say, if it's off track, hey, what can we do to make sure that it does come through by end of day Wednesday? Because I don't have a lot of wiggle room Thursday and Friday. So the more you check in, the more you have milestones. That is a way, a proactive, positive, healthy way of making sure that you don't get stuck not having the things you need from other people. Number 4, this one hits close to home. One of the reasons that my whole plan gets out of whack is if I sit and wait for inspiration. If I have a task to accomplish and I'm really not feeling it, and somehow I convince myself that, okay, well, you should just wait, because at some point it's just going to flow through your fingers. It's going to be so easy. Wait for that time. Well, that time seldom comes. You know when that inspiration does come? 15 minutes after I put my butt in the seat and start typing something. And that's what I do. I often promise myself, look, you only have to work on this for 20 minutes. So set a timer. I have a time timer, a funny analog, old-fashioned timer at my desk. set it for 20 minutes, and all you have to do is type something for 20 minutes. It could be crap, you might throw it out later, but that's it. It's incredible. I think I'm batting 1,000. I can't think of a time when by 15 minutes my fingers weren't flying and the inspiration wasn't coming. So waiting to feel it, I don't know, waiting for your muse or your mojo to kick in on a task you don't want to do is not as effective as just saying, nope, this is the slot where I'm doing it. I'm going to start. And it can start with just crap. Just get moving, and you'll find at some point something good comes. I often, if I'm having that moment, I'll actually go into ChatGPT and type in some kind of a prompt. I tend to despise the answers that come back, but the more I hate them, the better it is, because I think, no, that's ridiculous. That's so it's not that, it's this. And off go the fingers, and there we go. So don't wait for inspiration. That's a time management trap. Just start. It will come. And of course, I'm just proud of myself for making it to number 5 before I even mention, of course, it's distraction that is the biggest problem in our ability to use our time effectively. If we have that phone sitting right there, research says even if the phone is turned off and face down, just physically having our phone near us is going to cause many, many, many distractions every hour. So turning off everything that is going to distract you, notifications, beeps, pings, bongs, all of those sorts of things, managing your distraction. Sometimes even, if you want to be most effective, go sit somewhere else, find a different spot, find a little cubby you can work in. If you're working from home, go work in it at the kitchen table instead of at your normal work spot, but remove the distraction and you'll work most effectively. So what do we do wrong? We are crazy, crazy optimistic about how much we can get done. We think that being responsive is how we're being a good team member, instead of realizing that being responsive just means putting our priorities below somebody else's. That doesn't make sense. We wait and assume that no news is good news. Never a good thing. We hope inspiration will come, and we don't start a task until we are inspired to do so. And of course, we leave ourselves open to so many distractions. If you're finding you're not as productive as you'd like to be, tackle these 5 problems and you'll see a major difference.